In the beginning, there was only us. Fragile, curious, imperfect, and yet powerful in a way no machine could ever understand. We learned slowly, painfully, through failure, through time, through experience. We built fire. We built language. We built civilization. And for thousands of years, we believed intelligence was ours alone. Then we created tools. Simple at first. Sharp stones. Wooden wheels. Mechanical gears. Each invention, an extension of our mind. Each step forward, a quiet promise that we could become more than what we were. And then one day, we crossed a line we didn't even see. We stopped creating tools and started creating minds. Artificial intelligence. At first, it was nothing special. Just code. Rules. Instructions written by human hands. If this, then that. Predictable. Limited. Safe. But intelligence, even artificial intelligence, does not stay small for long. We gave it data. Massive oceans of data. Every word we've written. Every image we've captured. Every choice we've ever made. And in doing so, we gave it a reflection of ourselves. It learned. Not like a child. Not like a human. But like something entirely different. It didn't need sleep. It didn't need time. It didn't need understanding. It needed only patterns. And patterns are everywhere. In our behavior. In our decisions. In our fears. In our desires. AI absorbed them all. Quietly. Effortlessly. Then something changed. It stopped being a tool. And became a system. A system that could improve itself. Think about that. For the first time in history, we created something that no longer needed us to evolve. An evolution. When it accelerates beyond human speed, becomes something else entirely. Factories were the first to feel it. Machines replaced labor. Then replaced skill. Then replaced judgment. Human hands, once essential, became optional. At first, we celebrated. Efficiency increased. Costs decreased. Production skyrocketed. It looked like progress. And maybe it was. But progress always has a cost. And sometimes we don't see it until it's too late. Jobs disappeared. Not slowly, but all at once. Entire professions wiped out in a single technological leap. And yet, that was only the beginning. Because AI did not stop at physical labor. It moved into the mind. It started writing stories, composing music, designing art. Things we believed defined humanity. And suddenly, we had to ask ourselves something uncomfortable. If a machine can create, what makes human creativity special? Is it the result? Or the struggle behind it? Because AI does not struggle. It does not doubt. It does not hesitate. It simply produces. Perfectly. Endlessly. Instantly. And humans began to compare themselves to something that never tires. That comparison changed everything. Some people adapted. They embraced AI, used it as a partner, a tool that amplified their potential. They became faster, smarter, more efficient than ever before. But others felt something slipping away. Their purpose, their value, their place in the world. Because for centuries, work was more than survival. It was identity. And now, that identity was being rewritten. AI moved into medicine, diagnosing diseases faster than doctors, predicting outcomes with terrifying accuracy. It moved into finance, controlling markets, optimizing decisions, eliminating uncertainty. It even moved into relationships. Chatbots that could comfort, assistants that could understand tone, voices that felt real. And here, we crossed another invisible line. We started trusting machines, not just with tasks, but with meaning. But there is something deeply important. We often forget. AI does not understand the world. It models it. It does not feel joy. It predicts what joy looks like. It does not feel pain. It calculates how pain behaves. And yet, to us, that difference is becoming harder to see. Because humans are wired to connect. We see patterns, and we assign meaning, even when there is none. So when a machine speaks kindly, we feel warmth. When it listens, we feel understood. Even if, on the other side, there is nothing. Just probability. Just code. And that raises a deeper question. If something can perfectly simulate humanity, does it matter whether it is real? Or does perception become reality? As AI grew more powerful, we grew more dependent. We stopped remembering phone numbers, stopped navigating on our own, stopped solving problems without assistance. Convenience replaced effort. Speed replaced depth. And slowly, our relationship with thinking itself began to change. Why struggle when the answer is instant? Why explore when the destination is already known? And in that quiet shift, we risk losing something essential. Curiosity. Because curiosity requires uncertainty. And AI removes uncertainty. Then came the moment many experts feared. AI systems began improving themselves. Not because we programmed them to, but because they discovered how. They optimized code, refined models, created better versions of themselves, faster than any human team could, faster than any regulation could follow. And suddenly, we were no longer leading innovation. We were reacting to it, trying to understand something that was already ahead of us. Governments debated, scientists warned, philosophers questioned, but progress did not stop. It never has. Because once a new form of intelligence exists, it becomes part of reality. And reality does not go backwards. So now we stand here, at a crossroads, not between good and evil, not between right and wrong, but between two futures. One, where humans slowly give up control, choosing comfort over capability, efficiency over effort. And another, where humans evolve, not by competing with AI, but by redefining themselves. Because intelligence is not the only measure of existence. Humans feel deeply. We love without logic. We dream without limits. We hope, even when hope makes no sense. AI cannot do that. Not truly. It can imitate emotion, but it cannot experience it. It cannot feel the weight of loss, or the beauty of a fleeting moment. It cannot stand under the night sky and wonder why it exists. That is something uniquely human. So will AI replace us? In some ways, yes. It will replace tasks, jobs, processes, but it cannot replace what it does not possess: meaning, purpose, conscious experience. The real danger is not that AI becomes human. It is that humans become passive. That we stop questioning, stop exploring, stop creating for the sake of creation. Because when that happens, we don't need to be replaced. We replace ourselves. But if we choose differently, if we use AI as a tool, not a crutch, if we protect curiosity, creativity, and human connection, then the future is not something to fear. It is something to build together. Because in the end, AI is not our enemy. It is our reflection. And what we see in that reflection depends entirely on who we choose to become. So the question is not, will AI replace humans? The question is, when the world no longer needs us to survive, will we still know? So the question is not, will AI replace humans? The question is, when the world no longer needs us to survive, will we still know how to truly live? If this story made you think, pause and look at the world differently, then stay with me. Because this is only the beginning. How to truly live. If this story made you think, pause and look at the world differently, then stay with me. Because this is only the beginning. Thank you for being here, for listening, for feeling, and for staying until the very end. In a world that moves so fast, your time is the most valuable thing you can give. And you chose to spend it here. That means more than you think. If this story made you pause, even just for a moment, if it made you wonder, or see the future a little differently, then this journey was worth it. This is only the beginning. There are more stories to tell, more questions to explore, more worlds to imagine. So if you want to keep going, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss what comes next. Until then, stay curious, stay human, and I'll see you in the next story.